Sorry for the late start there. We're experiencing some technical difficulties, but
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah, the
energized.
should
gremlins
all
were
be
in
good.
the internets.
There we go. I've got you live and thriving alive on
Livin'
Twitch.
and jiving.
All right,
Ooh.
live and jiving. So welcome back to D4 and After, our D&D show that sometimes weekly.
Runs whenever
We see what
the
we can
heck
do.
we can.
At least we got Mondays down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true.
Fine.
definitely.
Somebody's got
Definitely on a
pissing
Monday.
Monday.
We have a 1 in 7 shot to have a show on a. Yep.
All right. So last week, our party had a nice little rest stop by a river. They were able to clean all the blood off of themselves finally.
Yep.
They met a gaggle of halflings called the Hog Tippers.
Mm-hmm.
They had a pie eating contest, and then were attacked by wild boars at one point. And one of the Hog Tippers unfortunately perished.
Denise, I believe.
Yep.
F in chat for Denise.
Yep.
After that, they made their way into the town of Red Larch, where Yath put on a thrilling performance on his maracas and washboard for the patrons of the Swinging Sword.
Did we have any doubt? No. Well, maybe, but no.
Maybe.
Just a grain of doubt.
Let's see. After that, they were put onto a little quest to help find what happened to a caravan, which happened to have Dwaren's fiance as part of it.
Yes.
One of his significant others, as you guys discovered, he has many.
Yes.
He's a hoe.
After a trip to the smithy.
Calm down.
After a trip to the smithy and getting some arrows and some bolts.
I think he might just be a hoe.
We'll decide that later.
So after their trip to the smithy and arming up and whatnot, they went to find Warren, were unable to, and ended up in a bakery where they heard some interesting rumors. One about a haunted tomb, and another about some strange activity going on at the quarry. That is when they were able to locate Warren afterwards, and they found him in the midst of
coitus.
Orgy porgy.
Adult fun time with a gnome, a tiefling, and of course Dwaren's elven husband. Yeah, so that's where we left off, basically. You guys were waiting for nightfall before going to check out if there were any more happenings at the quarry. The baker did mention that they had seen people wearing golden gargoyle masks.
Yes.
And they had a strange symbol on their cloak. It looked like that, which our Tabaxi friend recognized.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I think our plan had been that we were going to check out the quarry, and then...
Yeah, we were, I think we were pretty set to do that already. That was kind of the next step. Because we just talked with Dwaren and whatnot.
Okay. So, how do you guys go about it? Come on, give me
What time of day is it?
Well, when you came to Dwaren, it was coming up on evening.
Yes.
You were given the location of the quarry by the baker, which was, he said, just a little bit north of the bakery. And I'm sure you'd be able to follow your noses back to the bakery.
Such sweet, sumptuous breads.
So, game plan, guys, come on.
Game plan.
Before we trek out, Rowan would actually like to go to the All Faith Shrine. He has a quest in mind in getting some components, if possible.
Okay. All Faith Shrine. Gosh darn it, you're making me pull up my books already.
Hey, we gotta start the game off right there, Barry.
James asking all the hard questions.
Ooh, coming at you like Cleopatra.
You said game plan, like, come on, Bear.
The All Faith Shrine is actually right next to the Swinging Sword, right on the crossroads.
Okay.
So you would have actually passed it coming into town.
Mm-hmm.
So, before night truly sets in, Roland heads off to the All Faith Shrine. Does anybody of you join him, or
Tail's
you
gonna
just
join
leave
him.
the-
Why
This was
not?
really cool.
Lily takes a hard pass on that one.
Exnay on the Illijasi Ray.
Exnay on the Odd Gay?
Oh.
Wait.
Whoops. Slip of the tongue.
Hashtag demonetized.
Are we even monetized?
Maybe nice.
Hashtag
People haven't
Bankhammer.
watched on YouTube.
Please
Well,
donate.
what? Does Twitch not pay you?
No.
You gotta be an affiliate first.
I am an affiliate.
All right. So, Roland, what do you seek at the All Faith Shrine?
Well, I'm going to see if they offer anything in terms of components such as holy water, any scriptures, just seeing if there's anything that I can recognize from the faith that I have.
Okay. So currently, there is a follower of Tempest and a devotee of Soon here.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks to be like a simple shrine. There's alcoves all over with different deities painted around there. Yeah, and then it's just like a simple stone altar in the middle there, and of course, just the priests are kind of shuffling in and around, and they offer help to people, but there's nothing really here in terms of components or.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was actually, curiously enough, are there many people in the shrine itself right now?
Currently, there are about 2 people, aside from the priests mulling about. It's late in the evening, so...
Yeah, people are going back home in order to spend time with the family and make meals. That makes sense. In that case, Roland will approach the altar and drop to one knee. He will clasp his right hand upon the chainmail over his chest, and he will just mutter out what he thinks is a soft benediction to whatever gods might be there asking for their blessings. Particularly, he's trying to ask homage for Torm, if possible.
Yeah, and I mean, there is Torm is one of the visages appearing on the walls there, so you definitely can pray to Torm for guidance, but you feel his presence, but you don't really hear anything per se.
Okay, it's more for Roland's own self of mind at that point of time.
Yeah. Okay. And Yath and Tail, you watch Roland walk over to this altar in the middle of the room, and I can see Tail's got her notebook out, so she's probably like,
written down like the process, like how do you worship Torm?
how to pray, step 1.
How to be religious.
I'm just observing this. I need to make an original composition.
Okay.
Get some inspiration right here.
You hear there's some good money in religious songs.
The hymns. Make a gospel. Gregorian
You've heard
chant,
the
perhaps?
hymns sung in choir before, but have you ever heard them scratched out on a washboard? Well, check out Yath's new album, dropping today.
Okay.
All right, so where next?
Well, after rising to his feet and sort of looking upon the altar and noticing Torm's shrine at the altar, sort of the alcoves over in the far side, I guess another question I'd be looking for, is there any like open water that's there, sort of like as a fountain or in a vestibule?
No.
Okay. Then at that point, if there's a donative box that's nearby, Roland will leave behind 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
And from there, he will go on his way. He'll probably will notice Yav and Chasing Tail at that point. He doesn't appear to be. He gives you a nod and a smile. He seems a little bit more reinvigorated than last time that you saw him, as though this action has provided an uplifting of the spirit for him, like a connection has been reignited.
So he's a bit more reassured.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and like there's a small little wooden donation box there, so coins. So when you drop them, they clink, clink, clink,
Ding, ding, ding.
because they're hitting other coins as they go in. So
I don't know if you practice any religious beliefs yourself. I find that it offers some assurance in sometimes dark times. Roland addresses to both of Yav and Chasing Tail.
I mean, I don't exactly like worship any god in particular, but they're all really interesting. So, like, worship who you want to worship, I guess.
I can't really say that I understand any of it, but the stories are really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
are lessons
that's
that
pretty
can
much.
be lessons that can be learned in such stories themselves. So, should
Does
there
your
be a
dad have
time?
any cool stories?
There are many that I could tell you. It may take more than just a night to retell many of the legends of Torm and his two other companions.
I think you should
Well,
tell
then,
us.
at some point we should, maybe like a campfire or something. Right now we should probably get going.
I was gonna say you got a short walk, so maybe if you want to regale them with one of your old exploits on the way to the quarry or back to
Sure,
Lily
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'd try to do that then. Offer them, some of the main virtues of Torm itself, sort of the four tenets that exist, such as faith, family, virtues, and order itself, being the main pillars of the religion, or at least the deity that I worship.
Torm is good.
Yep. Other
So yeah,
deities?
yeah.
Also, before we leave, Taylor will also put 2 gold in the little donation box.
Okay, yeah. Clink, clink. All right, yeah. So Lily, you're standing near
Lily's
the
just-
bakery there.
Yeah, he's just
And,
kind of leaning up against it, arms folded over his chest. He's not wearing his cloak and mask right now, so he's his hair and face is full open to the night,
Mhm.
but along with his lovely fuchsia tattoos running down his face.
Mm-hmm.
And in the din of the evening, setting over this rustic little town here, you see the your three unlikely party members heading your way.
Trois amigos.
And yeah, you hear Roland telling stories about Torm
Yes,
quite enthusiastically.
The sundering and everything else, the relationship between the gods. It seems to really spark something in the man.
No, he just watches the approach and waits for a polite moment to sort of cut in and goes, "Is everything all ready now then?"
Well, I believe I am fit and ready for travel. I just need to pay my respects. That's all.
Whatever you feel you need to do, that seems fair.
Well, we all have our rituals that we need to attend to, whether it's religious or not. So that's the way how I deal with mine.
For some, it's
Lily
bread.
seems to Lily seems to actually kind of like raise a brow, like in kind of a oh yeah, no, that makes sense kind of look, and he goes, yeah, no, that is very true. We all carry our own rituals, but for now, let's carry on and see if we can't find this quarry.
I agree.
Some more information.
All right, yeah. So you follow the baker's instructions, and you make your way north past that one shop that he told you about, and then basically on your left is this building.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the quarry business is run out of the stone cutters.
Okay.
Let's see. Flipping pages. Let's see. There we go. Milico Stoneworks is where you end up.
Okay.
So there's a sign set on 2 posts on a scrap of weedy lawn out front. It reads Milico's Stoneworks. The quarry pit begins just behind the house, which serves as the business office and the home of the quarry owner.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Knock,
Lily.
knock, knock, knock.
I'm gonna play maracas.
So yeah, you knock on the door, and a dark-haired woman comes to the door. Can I help you? She's got a big old pot belly, and a very warm kind of face.
Okay.
Hi, yeah, we're just here to look into the weird person that showed up about a month ago and scared everyone off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they had like a mask, I believe, in the quarry.
This is not something I've ever heard of.
Hmm.
We heard a tale from the baker that there was a sighting of said man here.
Oh, he's a gossip, that man. I don't know if you could quite trust him.
Well, as I said, it was a
the story
rumor.
about Chatty Pete wasn't true either.
I
Oh, Chatty Pete. Oh no, that's a terrible brigand from back in the day.
at least we can confirm the validity of that fiend.
Lily's ears are like twitching every single time he hears those maracas.
It's like,
Yeah, both ears are just like "Doot, doot," like every single time, and it's just like that's the only kind of hint you seem to get that this might be annoying him.
Or maybe he likes it.
You don't know.
Well, would you mind if we just spent a bit of time in the quarry to see if anyone shows up, just to kind of gauge if this is true for ourselves or not?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of dangerous in there. I'd hate for any of you to have an accident, slip. Lots of
We're
loose
not.
stone.
How about if
Basic.
you let us in, I'll sign you an autograph.
He is rather famous.
She kind of
Lily
leans
just
out.
kinda
Is that Yath?
It certainly is, my
The
lady.
one and only.
She comes out and slaps you in the face. How dare you? That one night and then you leave me?
That is Lily's expression. He just like goes like donut hole, like oh, oh,
I don't seem to remember, but alright.
oh,
You
oh
know
dear.
me, so that's a good sign.
I don't think this is a fan of yours, Yath. Or
If
Are
friends
you?
get jealous, I can't please them all.
yes,
Now,
there's only one
if-
of you.
When you're walking up, there actually is no gate or anything prohibiting you from entering the quarry. There's just a house that was standing there, so
Okay.
you just...
Yeah, but I still want to see, like, if they own it, I don't want it to wander on there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, we'll just
What are
be
you, a vampire?
trespassing.
Lily just kind of looks to Yav and just goes, "Are you an idiot, or is this like on purpose?"
I don't know
Listen,
what
you're interrupting my dinner. Please leave, or I'm going to have to go get the guards. And if I see you in the quarry, I will go and get the guards.
Yap specifically, or any of us?
If I see any of you in the quarry, I will call the guard.
Right, thank you for your time. Enjoy your meal.
And she closes the door. She looks quite displeased at this moment.
I don't remember who she is, but she sure seems nice.
Oh yes, exceedingly pleasant.
How big is the quarry?
Making me count squares.
Ha. I guess the better question is, like, would you be able to see all of it without entering it? Or would it be so big that you'd have to be in it to be able to see all parts of it?
Yeah, so it's fairly large. And it goes down a little bit as well. So it is possible to be out of sight while in the quarry and still being able to look around and whatnot. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, what if I just fly above it and then I'm not in it and then I can see it?
Of course, because no one's going to notice a brightly colored bird flying above a quarry.
Yeah, but then I'm not in the quarry.
How about someone who can see in the dark and is particularly garbed for it, as he gestures to himself,
That would be a
tries to sneak in,
wise.
or at
wise
least somewhere we
decision.
can go up and take watch. All we're here for is to see if a rumor is true. And so far, we already have one person saying it is and one person saying it isn't. It's a 50-50 chance on whether this is true.
I find it's usually best to go and find out for yourself, anyways.
But we already know that the rumor is true. Dwarven sleeps around.
The other rumor, yeah. The other one.
For all we know, he might have slept around with the gargoyle mask guy, but like,
With his productivity, I wouldn't be surprised if he did or didn't.
Lily's just like blinking, like this is not happening, kind of expression on her face.
Regardless.
With all the rumors.
I
Either
agree with
way,
Lily. We need someone inside the quarry.
I walk a tiny bit away from the door.
Yeah, we're
So
we're moving away from
Yeah.
from said house because we
Hey
were
guys,
told
how are we
to.
gonna sneak into this place?
Just kick down the door.
Right
It's
next
like,
to
hey,
him.
lady.
What would be the best way to sneak into your quarry?
Yeah, that would be a great way to go about it. Let's not do that.
Yeah, but once we're like a distance that they wouldn't be able to like overhear us talking.
Yes.
Yeah, you move like across the street kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's not too big. I can just circle around, check the other way while you sneak in from this way.
Sure. Seems like a
Okay, the
decent
two of
plan.
you stealth rolls, please, and thank you.
Please. Nat 20! Whoa!
Not a one, yes.
Not
Not a one. What'd you get?
awesome.
God.
A 15?
Yeah,
Boom. Okay.
I'm getting too many
Yeah.
ones in our recent games, so my standards are very low.
So yeah, you both of you kind of like flank around the quarry and you make your way in. You know, I could see Lily just like leaping, not Lily, but Tail leaping in like a cat and like landing on all fours,
Yeah.
tail like straight up like.
I'm in.
And Lily just like melding
Take a
into
shot.
the shadows.
Lily seems very comfortable in a cave situation / rock crevices and whatnot. He seems to know exactly where to go in order to hide.
Mm.
I feel like Tail is more or less like, you know that scene in Emperor's New Groove with Kronk?
No, that's
It's
Yath.
a lot quieter than Kronk.
that would be Yaff. Yeah, let's be honest here.
That's Yath sneaking for sure.
Except there would be a mad lisp going with it. The.
Tripped over my own tongue.
So basically, since you both have dark vision, correct?
I believe so.
120 feet.
Yes.
So yeah, you're actually able to see each other from opposite ends of the quarry where you both like kind of snuck in, kind of thing.
Cool.
So investigation, I guess, if you're looking for.
I would think so, yeah. 17.
Nice.
17.
Boom. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of kind of foot traffic through here. You can tell by the disturbed stones and everything. Tail, actually on your end, you find something that looks kind of like a rock slide, but as you look at it a little closer, you kind of look around it. You're like, oh, there's something behind here.
Well, obviously, I'm going to be looking behind that.
Yeah. And so as you go towards it, it actually leads to a tunnel.
Mm.
You
Bitch.
cut out for me there, so I lost the big reveal.
You find it behind the little rock slide there. You find a tunnel.
Oh, okay. Feel like going in that by myself is really dumb.
But what would Tail do?
Should go in there.
WWTD. Okay, you slip on in the passageway.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna quickly
be-
like jot up a note saying, "Hey, this is Tail. I went in this tunnel. If I do not come out by the morning, please come get me or
Oh
my body."
God. Well, I
With a little
see.
heart.
I'm assuming
I was gonna say
Tail.
perception check, Lily,
Okay.
because you are looking around at other stuff. So
Roland,
Just
I'm
see if she
starting
makes
to
Nat
think we might have
20!
a signal.
Wop wop! I
another
can't make
nat
this
20.
shit up, guys.
I agree with that too. Yeah, that's definitely something we should have talked about before.
Next time we do
So, yeah,
something
you
like
see-
this, we should make the signal.
You do that all the time, though.
You see his
Megan.
patrician features look at the Aarakocra in disbelief. He brings a hand to match his stubble. Sure, we can make that the signal.
Oh god. Yeah, nat 20. So I see
So, yeah,
exactly.
you
where
definitely-
he's going.
You see
Got
Tails
it, rip
go
it out.
right into this.
Sticks it under a
Right
little rock
behind
so
this
it doesn't blow
boulder.
away.
she puts a little note underneath a rock and then walks behind another rock and then disappears.
Why do I see this note like if it were today? It's like a big post note saying Chasing Tail was here.
A little cat face, like
With,
Yeah, it just popped out.
A grumble of a curse, Lily makes his way towards that area.
okay, yeah. You
Quietly.
cross over and you see exactly where Lily had gone, and there's a boulder.
Tail had
and you
gone.
can look.
Yeah.
That's sorry, Tail and Lily.
Yeah, he
you
just
s-
follows right in. He doesn't even hesitate.
Okay. So you guys, you walk down this tunnel for a bit. So first, Tail, you will come. It's a wide, irregularly shaped cavern. It has a floor of smooth bedrock, damp dirt and stone, with tree roots protruding here and there, make up the walls. A 5-foot wide tunnel leads off to the north, which is where you came from, and a stone slab, a door with a rusty pole ring, stands to the east. By the stone door, a couple of well-used cloaks and water skins are on the floor.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I'd say a couple minutes later, Lily comes in behind you, so you've got a minute or two to do what you do.
I'm gonna check the water skins and see if there's anything in there. And if it like smells
yeah.
old, like it hasn't been used for a while, or
So they all have water in them. They're all about half full, and it's fairly fresh.
Hmm.
And the cloaks that are hanging up are quite just plain looking cloaks. No iconography or anything on them.
I'm gonna put my ear to the door, see if I hear anything.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Ooh, that is a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you don't actually hear anything on the other side of the door.
Very, very lightly I go dun 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 dun. Dun.
Secret code.
Okay.
What's the password?
There's no response.
I'm gonna come back to you later, and I turn around and probably right into Lily.
So, yeah, as you turn around, like right into Lily's like staring down at you like daggers. Like, the
Lily's-
hell?
What are you doing?
Found a door.
You don't go wandering off by yourself. What if there was someone here?
I was just gonna check it out and then come back out.
Not
I
if
mean,
they
I'm
kill
just
you.
curious, okay? That's what the note was for.
Have you ever heard the term curiosity killed the cat?
Yeah.
I think it's very pertinent to you right now.
So, Yath and Roland, it's been about 15, maybe close to 20 minutes since
Mhm.
these two went into the quarry.
I'm starting to pace now.
The human is getting nervous.
Of course. 2 Empire members away. I have to deal with a rock star on my other side. What am I supposed to do?
Be so privileged.
I don't know what to do. He's so amazing.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, yes, I'm open to any suggestions of what we can possibly do in the meanwhile. Roland looks at you with steel blue eyes.
Can you think?
Do I look like I can sing? Yes.
I don't know. Do I look like I'm an amazing star? Because I am.
If we have to sing, yes, very well. I can try.
Yeah, that's just too dumb to think something could be going wrong.
I think this is fair.
I think our time might be better off spent, seeing if we can get inside and should we need to assist them, because God knows what's down in that pit.
Yeah, okay.
We can sing together after we're done. How's that sound?
I would love it.
So long as Roland doesn't have to
More
pinky swear on that.
importantly, the people will love it.
Yes, we can't forget about your adoring fans. Okay, so let's see. I think at that point, since the access to the quarry is behind the house, Roland's got to see if there's another way to gain access to that location. Like an investigation, if that's possible.
Sure.
That is a 16.
Okay, so you kind of like pace the perimeter a little bit with Yath, and you determine that there's one way in and one way out. However, you can slide down the sides of the quarry, kind of thing, into the main pit area.
Okay.
But as you look around, you're like, I don't see either of them.
Mm-hmm. This does not bode well. I don't like this. Well, yeah, I think at this point, I can slide into the quarry. If you can be stealthy in your flight capabilities, you can probably swoop down to the bottom of the quarry itself.
Easy peasy.
Eat pee the lemon squeezy.
Okay, stealth for you guys, and I'll hop back to the other two for a minute after your stealth rolls in.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
And my number is my favorite number, of course.
Yeah, that's what I rolled, but I added to it.
I'm at disadvantage because I got chainmail and a shield on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Walking
so
right up ahead and like ding, 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 ding down to the bottom.
so Lily and Tail, yeah, you're in this chamber there.
Well.
I really want to know what's behind that door, but I know that's not why we're here.
Well, yeah, we're trying to just see if these people are going to show up again, if they even showed up in the first place. But who's to say that they didn't possibly cause the bunch of rocks to come down in front of this tunnel so they could use it, or it could have just been something natural, or they just didn't bother to clear it.
So as you're speaking there's a cacophony of sound coming from down the tunnel that you entered from. Just sounds like metal rolling down the hill, sounds like maracas and walking. And,
Scimitar does come out.
Lily's just like,
just in case.
just hand to forehead, just oh no. Let's
Roll it!
go back.
Roll it! I don't think I'm being quiet enough.
These
It's
are
a
idiots.
signal.
Oh.
Oh, God. My Torm Almighty.
So what do you do when you hear all this sound?
Lily makes his way back up the tunnel, gesturing for Tail to come with him, and but he's quiet about it. He does kind of try to poke his head out very quietly from the behind the rock once they get to the top.
Yeah, so what you see
What do your elf eyes
is
see, Lily?
Roland in a
I
heap
see.
of
Okay.
dust and rubble, and Yath kind of flying above him with his maracas, like going stealth signal.
Oh my god. Lily kind of trying to still be stealthy, sort of that loud whisper is like, "You two! Down here!" Kind of pulls himself out enough so they can kind of like actually see him pulling towards this rock area. Quickly!
If I look over to the house from where we are, is there any sign of someone like noticing or?
Yeah, the lights have come on. Like the lanterns have been lit and everything.
Run! Run!
Well, time to find out what's in that door, I guess, because otherwise we're getting caught.
Yeah, and you
Lily's
can
just
actually see
Head back in.
you can see the owner moving like from a window to like the side door.
Mm-hmm.
So she's about to open it.
Okay, I get in there.
Just
Dive bomb!
Not because I see that, just because they say run.
Yeah, just run. Well, I'll try to untangle myself from the heap of limbs and chainmail I'm in.
Yeah, you scramble your way in. So when the door opens and she looks out into the quarry, she doesn't see anything but some dust and whatnot.
So
So
Lily like snags Roland as he comes by and just slams him into the side that's inside with him, just like hand over mouth, and just shut up.
yeah, all that's left is like a trail of like dust, just kind of like sitting in the quarry from everything that got disturbed when Roland fell in.
Yeah, I'm the life of the party, guys. I gotta make it interesting.
But yeah, you if you're looking out, Lily, you can see her with like a lantern, kind of like
Yeah, he's
peering
just
out into the.
slowly peering around and
I'm getting like flashbacks to the beginning of the Lord of the Rings when like the hobbits are all in the cornfield and then I grab Merry and Pippin.
Yep.
yes, the wraith is coming.
Oh, yes, this reference.
Yeah, Danny hasn't seen them.
Oh.
Aw, that's okay. We don't judge you.
All right, so what do you guys do?
He does wait until like she maybe goes back in before any other further progress, and
Okay, it's about 5 minutes before she heads back in, but the lights stay on,
okay.
and you hear her leave through the front door.
Okay.
So he looks to the group now. He's like, she's left. Chances are she's going to get the authorities. There's a door down there that we could possibly investigate. I don't know if this is worth our time.
I mean, what if
Especially
the
if we're
gargoyle
going to get
person
caught.
came from there?
Well, they do say
That's the
that
only-
new doors are new opportunity.
No, the noise came from those two idiots.
Oh no,
Who else is here?
no, the gargoyle, not the.
He's pointing to you two.
Yeah, it was us.
I guess if it's been 5 minutes of like that, Tail probably went back to the door and just checked if it was locked.
Yeah, no. So you go to open it, and it's kind of.
Okay.
Actually, no. It slides open smoothly. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah,
perception.
I was gonna say
check?
she would stop immediately if it was making sounds.
And it's
Kitty
a
Softpaws over there.
Yeah.
The passage beyond it's a slope of stones in a downward eastward direction. Not like too steep or anything, but like a gradual kind of grade.
Okay.
1 second. No, I don't have anything. I'm so used to being rogues. I'm like, oh yeah, I have or I don't have ball bearings. I'm a fighter.
Well, you could have them, just you forgot them at home.
So yeah, you look down the tunnel, 60 feet beyond the stone door. Looks like the tunnel levels out. Yeah.
Would not be able to see past that point.
Okay. It's not completely dark in here, however.
Oh, okay. There's some
It's-
faint illumination.
There's some torchlight.
Okay. Well,
So
better-
what does Tail do? And Lily, give me a quick perception check. I mean, you're looking out, but let's see if you notice that the tabaxi's disappeared on you.
Oh,
I haven't
one.
disappeared. I wouldn't have gone
Yeah,
in.
you
No.
don't notice the tabaxi's disappeared.
He's
You're
still
too
talking
folk-
to Roland and them at the top of the.
to
top
these
of the-
yabos here.
Yeah. Just deciding what are we gonna do.
Well, we're better off not staying put. If there's a way that we can further investigate, we may as well.
I'm thinking of leaving.
If we leave now, it's going to be hard to even get inside here. There
We
could
don't
be a
even
possible leak.
know if there's anything here. We
Only
know
one way to
that
find
there's a
out.
caravan.
A couple minutes of this arguing goes by, and you see torchlight coming up the road towards the quarry.
Too late to go back now.
Well,
Damn it.
Lily, if we're trying to go out the front entranceway, I think that's out for the options.
Down. Let's go.
I choose the
You
door.
don't even.
Yeah, you turn around and you go, wait, where's Lily?
Where's the tail?
There's Tail. Fuck.
It's okay. you
Where's
get it.
by the entrance? I think.
I'll get this at one point.
One day.
Wasn't chasing tail with you, Lily?
Mm. I'm gonna kill the cat. Anyway, let's just
she
go. There's many
wouldn't-
places
she's
in this
not-
quarry that they can look.
She's literally at the door still, like just opened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for
we
all
hadn't gone
Lily
down
knows,
there
you
yet.
just disappeared. So
We hadn't gone down there yet, so. Lily goes forth for first, and
You just see her sitting like cross-legged and like next to the door in the main tunnel still,
Mhm.
Okay.
like twiddling her
And
fingers.
you do see the door is wide open now. So
Let's go.
Lily passes by Tail and pretty much just like grabs her by the scruff and just goes, "Let's go!" Puts her in
Dragging
the
the
door
kitty.
and makes everybody else go into the door. Get in.
Alrighty.
yeah, so as you make it about 60 feet down,
He closes
on
the
either
door
side of you.
behind them.
Okay.
Barricade
there.
it.
There are 2 stone reliefs of stern dwarves in chainmail, carrying battle axes.
Mhm.
They face each other across the tunnel. The carvings stand out from the passage wall, and they have gaps around them, so they could be doors. The passage
Okay.
continues past them.
Before walking between those, I'm gonna quickly check and see if there's any sort of trap-looking things near these or in front of these statues.
Okay, investigation, please.
Ooh, it's James's favorite number. Plus 7. Yeah, 7.
You detect no traps.
Lily just checks and sees if there's any like foot traffic that's been through here.
Yeah.
He's not worried. He seems to just kind of starts to progress forward down the passage.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to
So you're
check
gonna
these
continue.
door-like areas?
As much as I'd rather not try to evade the law if possible, we've kind of already forced that hand. Let's.
A little late for that, Roland. Just
We're
saying.
trying to investigate. We're seeing upon anything that might help us. This could be a lead.
So do we want to check these 2 doors before continuing down the passage, or if they even are doors?
Let's carry on and see what we can do. Because the further we can get inside, perhaps we can possibly get them off our trail.
Yeah, that's the idea. First,
Okay.
I've had to hide in a cave.
So you're gonna go straight?
Yep.
Going forward?
Yep,
Okay.
Lily is leading. She's trying to keep an ear out, though, if there's anything like that door opening.
Okay.
Even though it's a very quiet door.
Okay. So, at the end of the passage is another stone door, an iron pull ring in it. It stands slightly ajar with darkness beyond. About 5 feet up, the door has a 2-inch wide, 2 foot long, a 2-inch wide, foot long horizontal slit.
Okay.
So, as you walk along, I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
15.
Okay.
So it was what kind of roll?
Dex.
Dex.
Just a
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
10.
14.
Okay. So, what you hear all of a sudden is the sound of chain rolling against metal. Ching-ching-ching-ching-ching-ching.
Oh, I
That
think
isn't me,
Oh.
guys.
Roland, is that you?
No!
From above you,
Who's giving the
a
signal?
whole bunch of
No one's
rusty
giving this signal
cages.
yet.
A whole bunch of rusty cages descend down. So let's see here.
Not feeling
So you
happy
got a-
about that
You got a
pen.
10, Tail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You get hit and pinned
Ooh.
between one of the cages as it comes down.
Damn.
And you will take 3 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh, that's not
from
bad.
that. No, I rolled really poorly on the dice.
Wait, so just
Roland,
they came down and pinned me like this boom.
Yeah, so
Big
imagine
deal.
like a big, like a big square coming down, right? It just kunk, and you got pinned in between the metal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So basically, you're not in the middle of a cage. You're not outside the cage. You
He just got hit by one of the bars that make it up.
You're
Ow.
pinned underneath it.
It's a pin to the floor,
This is
Yeah.
not fun.
basically by an edge. of
Roland, it comes right down, right on top of you. You are stuck in this cage.
Curses.
Yath and Lily, you managed to just step out of the way enough that you're in between two cages.
This bird will
So
never
you
be
are
tamed.
not.
You know, the cats in boxes and 50-50 chances. I'm pretty sure that lady's name is Schrodinger.
Well, considering Tail is definitely the one getting crushed,
Yeah.
Lily's immediate action is to go right over and try and lift off this cage.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Yeah.
please.
I will
Help.
try if I can get a grip on it.
Yeah.
Also, try and lift it up.
No, you were completely pinned. You were not able to
like arms
assist.
down as
Roll.
well. Okay.
Correct.
Gets Yaff to help him.
12.
If Yath is helping, then you get advantage on your strength check.
Okay.
Okay.
So 18.
Okay, yeah, that's enough to lift it up enough that you can pull Tail out.
And
Ow.
then basically asks, "Are you okay?"
Physically not too much, but mentally, yeah.
Little winded. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Help
it'll
me get
pass.
this other cage off from so Roland can sneak
I
out.
don't think we should play with these things, guys.
We didn't have much of a choice there, yes.
Well, they came down like a trap, so either someone doesn't
no,
want
I
us in
checked.
here,
There's
or
no
it's a
traps here,
natural
guys.
defenses of the quarry.
You checked before. You did not check this new area.
Even if I had checked here, the roll was not good enough.
Lily goes over to the other cage where Roland is and asks the two for help to try and basically pull it up to get enough space for Roland to stealth roll out from it.
Yeah,
To worm
so
underneath.
strength check with advantage because you're getting helped.
I'm helping.
6.
Ooh.
With advantage?
I rolled a
Yep.
5 before.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this cage is
I'm
not
st-
budging. It is quite stuck. I'm stuck.
Roland, your arms are pinned.
stuck.
Help us from the other side.
Is there any
Roland,
purchase I can
you,
find?
Can you try?
Basically, what you'd have to do is like grab the bars really low and then try and lift, but
Lift
Yeah,
with, lift with your
Everybody
legs,
else
not your
helping?
back.
the bars are also kind of rusty as well. So trying to bend them is an option as well. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there is that, so
Hold on, do I have the thing?
looking for a crowbar?
Yeah. Again, I'm so used to the
Again,
other.
You're not
like,
a rogue.
I'm like, I don't remember which thing. I think it's Explorer's Pack, so yeah, I don't have any tools at all. Even a shovel would have been like a good lever. Is there anything nearby that would make be a lever, or?
Nope.
Is it a locked kind of cage, or is it just like a 4-walled basic?
It is a
cage?
4-wall cage that it's on a chain. You can see the chain holding the top of the cage, and it just came right down.
Can't see where
Mhm.
these chains go.
Yeah, actually, if you look up, the ceiling consists of square stone panels about 10 feet on a side. The rusty iron frames have already surround each panel. The panels are suspended about 7 inches from one another, so these are the cages that came down.
Mhm.
They form a row overhead that continues down the passage.
Okay, but we can't really find anywhere where that chain or like goes.
Yeah, so the
Like, if I
heavy
wanted to go to the
chain
other
goes
end.
up, and it actually goes down to where that splat is.
Oh,
You
okay.
saw where the door is.
Okay, so can't get to it basically.
Not without leaving this room, maneuvering your way around the cages and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Let's see. And you said the bars do look a little bit rusty, so they aren't as strong as they would be, correct?
Sound.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to. I don't have a hammer with me, but I'm actually going to put my shield before one of the bars and push on it as hard as I can to see if I can
Okay.
possibly make it dent a little bit there.
Roll me a strength check.
Okay. That's a 15.
Okay. As you slam into it, you kind of move the cage a bit, but the
Mhm.
bars look otherwise unaffected by this
Okay.
attempt.
Now I wish I had a warhammer with me.
maybe Roland try lifting or try. Can he get his shield underneath like a lever underneath the cage to try and prop it out?
It's
Or
a
is-
fairly smooth floor. It'd be pretty difficult.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much right on the ground level. There wouldn't be much of a access point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Lily has thieves' tools, but I don't think that will help him.
Yeah, there's no
There's no way
locks
to
or anything
open
on
or
there.
anything. He basically just goes, I mean, we can try lifting it one more time, guys, if we want. Maybe Roland, if you want to try lifting, we can try and just help you.
Sure.
Well, they try to lift it. You said that like we can't access where the chain is. It's just in the different room.
Yeah, you just have to go through the door at the end of the hallway where they had the slit.
I'm gonna try doing that. Because if I can
Okay.
pull on a chain while you guys are doing that, pulleys decrease the amount of force needed to lift an item by half. So
Lily's hand reaches out and tries to grab you by the shirt. But that's if I catch you.
I mean,
I don't
like
know. Are you
Ooh,
going
we
what
that
probably
way?
can. She's not exactly like bolting to do
Okay.
it. She was
Yeah,
just
he
thinking.
grabs and goes, no, we need to stay together. There, you don't know what is in there.
As I almost drop all my dice.
All right.
Let's just try to lift this, and then we can see if maybe we can pull them back up and see if we can hide them again.
One more strength check with advantage.
There.
Oh, my dice are messed up now.
Roland would be the
You
one
doing
doing
okay
it.
there,
We
yeah.
are going to assist Roland.
I'm helping.
You look like you're about to fall asleep there, Yath.
Okay, so with advantage on that strength check, that's a 21.
Okay, yeah. You're able to get the cage up enough to scramble out from underneath it.
Barrel roll.
Do an Elrond roll.
You're becoming more like your father.
Use the brakes.
Lily goes up to the door and using his blind sight, he tries to see if there's anything within 30 feet of that door.
Yeah, so you look inside. You see a big square chamber. It's been hewn out of the rock. In the center of the chamber's west wall is a stone door with a narrow view. That's the one you're looking through, sorry. Beside this door is a set of iron bars bolted into the wall, about 3 feet above the floor. 10 oiled chains are secured to the bars, leading up to a hole bored in the ceiling. Another solid stone door is in the middle of the east wall.
Okay.
There's also a large rectangular stone standing upright in the room's center.
Okay.
It's got an inscription on it that's hard to read from the distance you're at. At the foot of the standing stone is a small human pinned face down by rocks, placed atop arms, legs, and back. He's barefoot and wears ragged clothes.
Lily will convey what he sees to the group, especially that there's a person in there who seems to be in some trouble. We should still proceed with caution.
Person, or can we not tell?
I can't tell. It's just a person. They don't seem to be moving, but I will be optimistic. Point is we should still be careful. I suppose he would maybe try and see if there's any kind of traps on this door, or if it is locked as well.
The door is not locked.
Okay.
But if you want to check for traps, roll me, I guess, an investigation.
16.
You detect no traps.
Tail, do you wanna double check? Because I can't say I'm proficient with traps.
Sure. We'll check as well, I guess.
Or anybody who has,
So is this investigation or perception?
Investigation.
I guess we have investigation. 16.
You detect no traps.
Yeah, 16. I realize it's the same either way.
When you were looking into the room there, Lily, did you say anything else beyond this person?
There's a door on the east side, and there's also the chains that lead down to bars on the wall. There's 10 of them. But this person.
But you would figure they connect to these cages that got dropped.
Yeah, that's my assumption.
Yeah.
And then there's this person on this pillar of stone.
Well, there's a stone pillar in the middle of the room, and in front of that, on the floor, pinned underneath other rocks.
Okay,
is-
sorry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he will describe then.
Okay.
Do those rocks look organized, or
Yes.
so they look like they were placed there on purpose?
Hmm. Well,
Lily
Roland
just
looks.
yeah.
Open the door, I guess.
Yeah, Lily decides I'll open the door. I'll see if I can maybe go in quietly.
Yes.
If you guys hear any commotion, I don't know. I'll just scream.
I'll
I
make
know.
a signal.
I'm gonna look behind us, see if anyone's following, or if we can see light
That's a
anywhere.
good idea. Maybe go up and check and see if you can hear anything beyond the door. And just come in.
Kath, if we need to do the signal, just shake your maracas once.
Yeah, we don't need a full jamboree.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
Lily, you head back. There's no new light coming.
Tail.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
We'll get it eventually.
Okay, everybody, game over. I'm done.
Okay, Lily becomes Tail. Tail becomes Lily. We're good.
This is going to be a
One
short
time our
session.
characters aren't accidentally the same person, and this is the
Right.
one that he keeps mixing them up.
Right?
But yeah,
All
Tail
right.
goes up.
Yeah, the tail detects no
Sticking
light.
close to the wall
Lily,
so that
you
way
go
no
in.
pages
You
can follow me.
Lily
You
does try
open
to
the
open
door.
quietly if he can. If it does start to make noise, he would stop.
Yeah, no, the door slides open effortlessly
Okay.
on its metal hinges. So.
He will try to meld in with the shadows and
Okay.
look about. He'll see if there's anything elsewise. Like he looks up to see if there's anything on the ceiling that maybe he missed, or
Yeah, nothing in here. You do notice that the eastern door is slightly ajar, like someone might have been through it recently.
Polymorph,
okay.
but only halfway.
He goes to the person.
Slightly ajar.
Why are people changing doors in the jars? This makes no sense.
No sense at all. He goes to the person and basically he goes to the person and just kind of see, like, he doesn't touch them, but he sees if they're breathing.
Yeah, they are breathing.
Rise of the chest. He basically
It's a young man.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's pinned underneath all these rocks,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
so he doesn't see you. But
Lily just kind of quietly goes back to the door and says, come on in. I think it's okay for now. And goes back
Okay.
to the person and goes, "Are you okay?
hello, who's there?
Hi, I'm Lily. We're gonna help you.
Do you have any food and water?
Yes, we do. What happened to you?" He's kind of starting to take the rocks off slowly, just sort of one at a time.
Yeah.
He's very calm, very
the-
quiet.
I'll take the
Okay.
loaf of bread that I bought earlier out and break a piece off, and I'm guessing the hands aren't available, so feed.
Yeah, they're kind of still pinned. Their guys are
Yeah,
working on that.
once we get
Yeah.
there.
Roland is
Um,
assisting Lily with taking off some of the rocks too.
Yeah. What happened to you?
He'll tell you that his name is Braylon, and he's been here for 2 days.
God.
The stones were placed on him by the believers.
The believers.
Yeah,
Who are the believers?
they're some powerful people in town. I didn't deliver a letter from my father to Mr. Welver at the wagon place, and they pinned me here for punishment.
What?
That's awful. What did they look like? Do you remember any of their faces?
Well, they're all people from the town. There's Bergusta, Hallbuckler, Marlandel
Write this
Gerlacher,
down. Tail, write this down.
and Mr. Welver, and also my dad,
What's
Father.
your dad's name?
Rothar, Heatherhand.
So we have Mr. Welver, Rothar.
Bargusta, Harbuckler, and Marlando Gelker. Gaelker. Man, the names in this are just like, what the fuck?
He's delirious with pain. But we can say
He's been here for
slurring
2
his words.
days, and yeah,
Yeah.
not been.
I mean, all of these are weird to me. Like,
Oh man. So
quick
townspeople did
question.
this to you.
You don't happen to own a mask, do you? As we continue taking rocks off.
Yeah, get them off quicker.
No.
Okay, just ending.
You haven't seen any people wearing masks or anything around here?
No, we wear cloaks mostly, just to be inconspicuous.
Hmm.
They come and they read the moving stones, and they warn us of bad things.
Moving stones in the quarry?
No, further down,
Oh, okay. And this is what the believers do.
they read the stones. By reading the stones, they've made themselves pretty wealthy. They're able to avoid a lot of bad things.
And the people in the town know of the believers? Or is this
Well,
unknown?
it's kind of
Hush hush?
secret.
Oh, okay.
This is going way over Yat's head.
The evil neighborhood watch.
I think
This is gonna be great for me to think about. I have no idea what you're talking
Cross-legged with his
about.
hands like
Something
this.
about love being only true in fairy tales in your head.
just sitting down in front of this pinned child, like.
Go on. Have we removed all the boulders at this time?
Yeah, they're all
Okay.
like
Okay.
like big, thick stone slabs kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
Beyond
Rubs his
the,
wrists
bread.
and whatnot.
Bread handed to and my water skin.
Oh yeah, he eagerly chomps down the bread and
Okay.
slurps
Slow.
up the water.
Go slow. You don't want to make
Yeah.
yourself sick. Can you show us the stones?
I would rather not go down that way.
Are there?
I don't want to make my dad angry at me again.
Considering just not giving a letter is bad enough.
Your father even allowed this to happen as well. That
This is wrong.
It's normal, you know. I'm just worried Dad might find out that, my punishment was over before it was supposed to be done. I'll be a believer one day too.
All right. Well, perhaps did you want to just sit here and eat and drink? We were investigating some things with the quarry. We're adventurers, so we're probably gonna go down and look, but we won't really say anything. It's not our business. So
I might
But-
just go home, see my mom.
Well, I'm a famous musician, but I do this adventuring thing on the side.
I think I've heard of you. Yeah.
I
See?
I
This
don't-
guy knows.
we're not really supposed to be down here.
I'm not allowed in the tavern, but I'm pretty sure I saw you play.
Well, and what was your name again?
Braylon.
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 Or Braylon, the bee.
We weren't really supposed to be down here. If you go back up and if you see anybody, can you like reassure them that we're not here? That you
Yeah.
haven't seen anybody? Just say you kind of managed to get out on your own.
It wiggled a bit. There was a bit of a tremor, and the rocks fell off. Something like
Yeah,
that.
I won't tell him if you don't tell him.
Won't say a
Pinky
word.
swear?
Do you have
vaunted-
pinkies?
I do. I have 5 fingers right here. They're a bit fuzzy though.
It's
I've-
the
Watch the
vaunted
claws.
pinky swear.
Yeah, so he pinky swears with you.
No, Braylon, we won't tell anybody.
Okay.
Our secret
Yeah,
safe
so-
class.
He actually goes over to the chains and pulls a lever, and you hear.
They go
And
back
he
into
walks.
place, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And then he walks out that way.
While he walks, I'm gonna check again, like through the door, to see if anyone's coming.
Nope, you don't see anybody.
Gonna make sure he safely gets across as well.
Well,
Yeah.
once he's gone, really looks to Roland and the rest of the group and goes, we can deal with them later, but for now, maybe we should finish our task.
You see Roland sort of almost biting the inside of his mouth as though he wants to say something. However, he gives a nod in terms of Lily's suggestion.
If you have a proposal, Roland, I'd rather you speak your mind instead of clamping on your tongue.
There's no reason for me to say otherwise. We'd best do the investigation now and get it done with.
Put it
Tail
as
is
priority.
slowly moving towards where he pointed where the stones were.
You are absolutely asking for me to tie you up. I
Hey,
swear.
that's
It is that door to the
Goodbye.
east.
Can
Yeah.
I do a check?
May as well.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to sneak, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be a Lily's perception versus
Oh, man.
Tails sneaking.
It's a 10 for me. So
23.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely see the Tabaxi like.
And it's just like the hand just reaches out without even having to turn his head. It just snatches hold of the collar and it's just like, and just, okay, let's go. Let's go. And he starts going towards the door, dragging this tabaxi with him.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lets him go
but
eventually.
counterpoint, if it's these believer people that are coming after us, then we can use the stones as like a blackmail type thing, like threaten to break them. I just really want to see what they look like.
Yeah, we're
If they're
going
so
down
well,
there.
if they're well entrenched as is Chasing Tail,
Yeah.
we're the outsiders here. We don't have much sway.
No, we're going down
Which
there. So
exactly.
So yeah, as you go to the eastern side of the room, and there's that door that's slightly ajar. You open it and go through.
yes.
Yes.
Quickly before we go through, checking to see if there's any chains going that way. Or
no, the chains end at that one spot there.
Yeah. Lily's still cautious. He's still trying to be slow about things. And Gentle's
Yep.
going through doors and looking
So yeah,
around.
as you look inside, it's a 50-foot square chamber, hewn out of rock. The floor is a bit rough but flat. The walls show chisel marks of the original builders, and the ceiling is about 10 feet high. Identical stone doors with an iron pull ring handles stand the middle of the east and the north walls, plus the one that you're coming through.
Mhm.
Okay.
In the center of the room stands a life-sized and lifelike statue of a dwarf warrior wearing a chainmail shirt, a helm, big boots. He carries a shield on his left arm and a battle axe in his right hand.
Hmm.
The statue has clearly been broken into. Roughly the head and upper torso, lower torso, and legs. These pieces have been reassembled and held together in an upright, stout wooden frame. A dagger, along with several coins and gems, lie on the floor in front of the statue, surrounded by a fine ring of gravel.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, Lily conveys this as they go along, just saying
Okay.
what he sees.
Suspicious.
So it's basically the statue's been broken and then put back together.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it looks like they tried to put it back together as best as they could,
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
thing.
Yeah. So it's not quite perfect.
Like the old
There is
king
an
put a vase
inscription.
back together.
Yeah, there is an inscription at the base of where this dwarf statue is.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, Lily
Can I-
will.
yeah, get
Do
close enough to kind of read it, but like as close as I need to get, but no farther.
Okay, so you're like on the outside of that ring of fine gravel kind of thing. Looking.
Yeah. Definitely staying
so-
outside of that.
The inscription reads, "Petrified Iron Star, ? Dwarf. Found 1459 DR in Red
Nice.
Larch, West Quarry, in broken condition."
Hmm.
You cut out during half of that, unfortunately.
Cool. Petrified Iron Star with a ? So they're not quite sure. Dwarf. Found in 1459 DR in Red Larch, West Quarry, in broken condition.
Hmm.
So it's an
Better?
artifact.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year
Is the
it now?
chamber?
I knew that question was coming, and I went to go look it up as soon as I. It is. Okay. It's currently 1491.
And it was
Would
found in.
I guess now she's
It was found in 1459.
would I know anything about this like specific like the Iron Star dwarf? Like from my studies.
Not too much.
Okay.
Mainly because I don't know too much.
Is the chamber well illuminated, or is it kind of dim as well, like previous chambers?
It's kind of like the previous chambers. There's enough light that you could kind of see things, but
Couple torches here and there.
not like brightly lit. So
Okay.
it's not hurting Lily's eyes.
Curiously enough, Roland will enter there, and where he notices the ring of gravel around it, he's going to look at the statue to see if there's any like iconography that might stand out, like on the shield, perhaps.
Yeah. So the shield's got a little bit of a brokenness to it, but you'd think it's kind of like the Iron Star sigil on the shield.
Okay.
Now, Tail, did you read out the inscription, or did you just write it down yourself?
Probably. Just probably like look in there and like read it out loud and then wrote it down.
Yeah, Lily is kind of there as well outside the gravel.
Was it in common or?
Yeah, it was written in common.
Okay.
And Roland, when Lily reads that date, you're like, when was that? It's just kind of like
trying
you like,
trying to parse back through all of these times.
yeah.
You can see Roland put a hand to his head and has his eyes closed. The bridge of his brow comes down a little bit.
Nearly
Sorry.
40 years ago, yeah.
Hmm.
That's when it was
To
found.
you, the date feels funny.
The date of it.
Yeah.
That I don't know why, but that date seems off somehow. How I know that, I have
But
no
it doesn't
idea.
seem correct that that's when it was found.
No, there's something off about it. I don't know how or why. It just
You recognize the date?
yes.
I had a date take off once.
I'm sure you did, Yaf.
Yav always bringing the liveliness to the party.
And as mentioned, there is treasure on the floor, kind of.
There's treasure
Yeah,
afoot.
take treasure
There's a
from
dagger.
like a shrine.
Several coins and some gems lie on the floor in front of the
It's not like a
statue.
Shrine as a merely someone found this artifact and brought it here.
I mean, it might also be that they were leaving tribute to this statue, so I'm gonna leave it.
Lily has no incentive to take it, so he doesn't really care.
No,
But
there's-
he does take a chance and
This
step
belongs
inside
in a
the
museum.
ring slowly.
Yeah, you step inside the ring, nothing happens.
Hey,
Well-
Roland, how old are you?
Hmm.
Maybe the year is your birthday. Are you like 40 or older, or like are you young? I can't tell with humans.
Well, I'm 26.
Okay, so not your birthday. Mom's birthday, maybe?
Decisive no.
If
Well, you're a paladin. Perhaps it's something that you were taught in your histories, and there's many dates that flirt around. It could just be something that you've remembered and it's kind of gone into the back of your mind.
perhaps, I mean,
It happens.
there has to be some significance behind it. Just
It's just nagging at you, huh?
by Torm's hand, I wish that I knew.
I think most of us feel like that, considering we don't recall how we got here.
Well, that's one thing that's been nagging on me. I must have just slipped my mind, but when Yath mentioned and was notified he was only in town 5 months ago, I kind of had to think back a little bit. When Dwarn was repairing my chainmail, my chain should not have been rusted. The last memory I have is going on an adventure, like a mission. I had a chain that was in mint condition. It should not have weathered any damage.
Rust does take time.
Yes. So,
Perhaps you were in an environment that was exceedingly, healthy for rust growth. I mean, while rust usually takes time, sometimes it can merely be accelerated by certain elements.
possibly, but I think just the duration. If Yath was away for 5 months, who knows how long some of us have been away from where we originally were. I mean, I could have been out for years or something. There
And of
seems to be
course,
some
that
doubt.
new sword too.
Yes, and the blade I carry at my side, it's...
Tail
There-
instinctively like moves away a bit. when you put it
Blade
out.
ominous, Roland.
There's too many questions, and where I found some resolution at the All Faith Shrine, seeing this now, I'm beginning to have significant doubts of
Well,
what I've done, where I've been.
sometimes life isn't about answers. It's merely about moving forward, and that's what we're going to try to do now. There's sometimes that you're not going to find out the truth. There's sometimes you don't want to find out the truth.
I don't think it's nice to forget things, though. So I'd like
No.
to find out what happened.
I certainly would too, but I'm merely trying to offer a sort of reassurance.
Well, here, what we can do. I think we already planned to do this anyways, but
Mhm.
like, you know, group huddle and all that. Let's find out all this in the quarry. We'll save Warren's fiance and the thing, and then maybe we can check out some of the places that we remember being and
Mhm.
see if we can find more answers.
Well, I do recall being in the east, and that seems to be where that caravan was going, so it
Very well.
seems that way. So we'll progress here, but for now, we will find answers, Roland, but for now, try to clear your mind and focus on the task at hand.
Roland seems a little bit more relieved at the sort of bolstering words of Lily and also chasing Tail, just sort of mentioning the importance of both remembering the past and carrying forward. You see that little bit of that stalwartness return back to the paladin once again. He seems a little bit more revitalized with the pep talk.
Lily seems pretty neutral for all of this. He just sort of gives a little to him, but doesn't, smile or any real exuberant expressions. But
Mm-hmm.
he certainly doesn't seem to be just placating the man.
There you go. Keep that frown turned upside down. And she goes, like, Tail holds up like a hand for a high five.
Yath is gonna
Unless your
walk
hand's
across
gonna
the
burn me
room
too.
and open the door on the opposite side.
Okay.
Roland will proceed to high five.
Lily
Tail
goes
like
over
a
with
yeah
Yaf.
afterwards. Like, yes, no burn.
Lily does go after with Yaf, just to someone's
Okay.
with him.
So yeah, and you open the door, and it's a passage, 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, hewn out of the rock. It runs 40 feet ahead. A small lantern hangs from a hook in the wall next to the door at the east end of the passage. Sitting on a wooden
many
stool
rooms at
by
the
the
end of the
lantern is a balding, beardless old man in a patched and faded work trousers and matching tunic. He's idly whittling a stick.
Into like a sharp point or like decorative.
Just whittling.
Okay.
Idle whittling. Lily just kind of gently takes that door and closes it again.
What are you doing? You said we had to move forward.
I know. Well, maybe we should check the other door. Maybe we want to go that way. There's two choices here. There's such curiosity. There could be something very interesting in the other door.
It could even be a boat.
Could be. You could, like, Roland and Tail can tell that Lily is like speaking to Yaf like he's a child.
This door has a man whittling a stick. The other one could have anything, even a man whittling a stick.
Precisely.
Wait.
Let's check the other door.
The whittling options are endless.
Oh.
Tail. So there's a dude on the other side of this door down a passageway. He tells us to Roland to Tail. Maybe Tail, maybe open the other door, see if there's anything else there that we can see. Just slightly. Don't want to give away any light.
Gonna go and slowly peek in to the other.
Yeah, it's another kind of hallway that goes straight ahead, but then it curves, so you can't really see what's around the bend.
And, like, it's just completely empty and then curves.
Yeah, it's an
I look
empty
up.
tunnel. Yeah, there's nothing up there.
Okay, well this one's empty and it curls at the end, so I can't really see what's down there.
Okay. I mean, I can go look, see what it is, and then maybe we can come back and maybe deal with this old man. Probably is one of these believers. It's my assumption.
We could ask the man with the stick what it is.
I would rather not, considering I think he's probably someone who won't want us down there.
Or he
Well,
could be a
let's try this
prisoner
door
just
first.
like Braylon.
He was whittling a stick.
He could have lost his faculties as well, Lily.
Sometimes you need anything to pass the time.
Tail walks into the empty hall.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe
you
he could
walk
go
through the
stealthily.
hallway. You go down. The tunnel goes slightly to the west a bit, and then it curls up to a square room. In the center of it, a black rock, about a foot across, hovers 3 feet from the floor.
Mm.
Well, that's not normal. So it's just like it's just floating there.
Yep, just like
Hovering.
Are you
3
alive?
feet. No response.
Nonsense.
Onto the rock.
Guys, I found someone dead who's down
Do
here.
you speak Ingram?
I want to pull out my piece of jet and compare it.
Oh, did you went? So you went with tail?
Well, yeah, didn't we
I guess
all go?
everyone followed me.
No,
Lily,
I
Lily
believe.
let him go.
Okay.
Lily let him go on his own just to investigate.
Hmm.
I'm going.
But yeah, Yaf could go if he wanted to.
I'd see Yath's curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks, compared to your jet, it looks more like just a regular rock. Your jet is a lot more fancy than this rock.
This one's
We're
better.
gonna-
I'll keep my jet.
I'm trying to see if. Ooh, I almost knocked my dice over again. If it's like hung or magically floating.
Yeah, you move your hand through. Nothing. Underneath, nothing.
Mm.
That's a pretty neat trick. I'm going to take the hilt of my scimitar. Oh wait, hold on. Is there anything behind it, or is it like at the end of the?
You walk around in a complete circle of it, and there's nothing.
And the
No, but like
stone
this is the
just in
end of
middle.
the tunnel, though.
Oh, there is a door going westbound.
Okay, before I poke what might be an alarm, I'm gonna quickly go and just. Oh, but what if this is right behind the dude? Oh, I'll have to deal with him either way. So I'm going to just slowly,
Well, the
slowly
dude
as
is to
possible.
the dude is to the east.
Yeah, he's on the
Oh,
opposite
okay, so
side.
he was the.
So what
other
you've done
way.
is you've gone north,
North.
and
You
then you've
circled the
got
other
you're looking
way.
at a door that's going west. So
Mhm.
he's
He's in a
further
chamber
away.
by himself.
Oh wait! I am gonna poke the stone
Bunk.
very, very
Okay.
gently, just like up with the
Yeah, you
hilt.
see
of-
kind of like
Do you guys think that this is the stone that they come and read?
Yaf's the only one there with you, so you're
Yeah.
asking
Oh.
Yaf.
I thought you guys all came. Yeah,
No,
you think
Roland-
that this is the stone
Roland
that they
and Lily
read?
stayed up.
I don't
They're
know
just
how
kinda
you read a
waiting to go.
stone.
I mean, like neither do I, but like that's what they said they did. So
Yeah, okay.
read the moon
So,
stone.
Yeah.
so do we take it?
Well, I'm gonna look like I'm gonna like
Wait,
screw it, I have
I have an idea.
Just Lily
perception
here.
check from Lily and Roland.
Nat 20. Jesus.
12.
Yeah, so Lily, you definitely hear the
The chick-
chick. Roland, you're
hear-
like
Oh, it's the
you don't
signal.
hear shit.
Lily's ears instantly perk up and he goes, I heard the signal, come on, Roland. And he goes into the door.
And whilst they're coming,
Okay.
calm on the stone. I'm gonna try and read this shit, but I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
So you put your hand on it, it kind of descends a little bit because you put weight on it, but it comes back up.
And like we look really close. No writing on it at all, or
No writing on it at all.
Guys, the cat is magic.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
you come in, you
quickly
see the cat like
comes
her
down.
hand over a rock, and the rock is floating.
Palming it like it's a basketball.
You see a floating
a
rock
ball
in
of
the middle of
yarn.
the room, and your first instinct is to touch it.
I mean, like I feel like you should just come to expect that from me at
It's a
this
cat.
point. I did
Just like
burn
this.
my hand on a sword as well. Like
Yeah, he's just kind of like trying to like bat it out.
Yeah.
but I was trying to see if I could read it. I'm gonna look really, really, really close and see if
Yeah,
there's
there's
any.
no writing on it
Yeah,
whatsoever.
Tail's just like staring at this thing.
Another door.
Wow. Braylon mentioned that the believers come to find the floating stones and found a way
Read
to
the
communicate
stones.
with it.
Possibly.
So this might
Well-
be the one in question.
Possibly. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything, and I think that's a good thing.
Well, it's floating, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it's not doing anything that could hurt us. Or
Stone,
cause...
I'm a believer. Tell me your secrets.
Lily's face is strained.
The stone.
Well, I saw the stone. Now I'm a believer.
A rock face.
Down in
I'm
my
already out of
mind.
my
Down in
mind.
his mind.
I'm in love.
Lily just sort of goes over to the other door and just sort of peeks it open and creeps it open and peeks inside.
Yeah, so it's another hallway that goes off to the west there, and then it goes south at the end of it.
Okay. There's another passage with a bend.
Hmm.
I'm inclined to go down it before we go find Buster.
Yeah, let's keep
That
going.
might
Maybe
be a
we'll find more
lesson.
floaty stones.
Sure. Let's have a look. So Lily goes through and assumes the other people are coming with him.
So
Tails does
as you get
turn back one
closer,
more time to the stone and go, I will learn how to read you before leaving.
No response.
Yeah, no response. As you approach this other room, you catch the scent of death.
Mm.
Smells
The
like
tunnel
death.
opens into a square room that reeks of decaying flesh. 3 human corpses, reduced to little more than bloody bone and sinew, are sprawled in the room's center. 2 oversized rats root among the bodies, stopping
Like,
to
when you say
chew
oversized
flesh.
rat, do you mean like people-sized rats, or just like they're just big rats?
Kind of big,
Big
normal
ass
rat.
rats.
Okay,
We'll say like cow-sized rats.
Yeah,
that's not people-sized.
they stop to chew the flesh they've pulled free. Scuttling noises come from narrow crevices in the walls.
There's a bunch of dead people here.
Guys, my cousin Sam is full of shit. Following your nose sucks.
That toucan Aarakocra, man, just
So we had many different descriptions. So how large are the rats actually?
common in Faerun are rats, and then giant rats, which are
Like
big
Like,
ass
it's the
rats,
size of
like the
Wayne
size of a
Island?
cat.
Or
Okay, so it's the size of a cat. Just a big rat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they're tail sized. Crap.
then you're a cat the size of a larger cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a cat the size of like a person. So
It's all relative.
And how many were there? There's like 3 bodies and how many rats? Other than
You
the ones
see
you can't
two-
see rustling
two
walls.
see 2 oversized rats, and you hear noises.
And
coming
no
from the
other
walls.
doors in this room. Just it's the end.
There is one that goes off to the west again.
Okay. Well, Roland's gonna draw his longsword.
Tail is going to
Light.
take out a torch and tinderbox. Say, Lily, you might want to squint your eyes. And I'm gonna light the
What?
torch.
Oh, he puts his mask on.
And I'm gonna try and shoo the rats away. I know they're big, but just away from the bodies.
Oh, rat.
Okay, roll for initiative.
Yay!
Nice.
I'm not gonna let them chew up people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Seems
think
fair.
they're already dead.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, respect the dead, dude.
Well, if we want to investigate them, we're gonna have to have them as intact as possible.
Okay.
I no longer feel bad about trespassing here. These people have like imprisoned children, potentially murdered 3 people.
Yep.
Have
I don't.
secret
We don't
rock.
feel bad. We don't feel bad. We have just cause now.
Gotta
Yeah,
bring the
just like-
pain.
They're
That's
whittling
religion.
stick. That's the worst.
Cult religion.
Oh, there definitely are some better cults and religions out there nonetheless. Just
I
gotta
will
say.
respect your belief till you start killing people over it, my dude.
Then you an
Okay.
asshole.
Tail.
Tail, what's your initiative there?
18.
18. Lily,
13.
roll off.
Blah blah blah. 9.
Roland,
Trois.
2.
Trois.
Wait.
3.
That's 3.
I don't French. Ein, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben.
All
But no
right, fair
French.
enough.
And
Well,
yeah.
I thought
I'm gonna need a roll off with tail,
Oh.
and I got a 17.
I got an 11, so yeah, you go first.
Okay. Yeah. If you have the first action here.
We're relatively close to these things. If she's swinging a torch at.
Yeah,
people.
Yeah. So she basically what she did was she moved into the room there, lit the torch, and tried to shoo them away.
Did they do anything when I did that, or?
Yeah. They went, but they didn't run away.
they're angry.
They mayowed.
I'll just take a stab with the rapier.
Okay.
The
At-
rapiest of rapiers.
Yeah.
Mm.
At I guess the closest one. If they're equal, then the one on my left.
Okay.
And that's a 23 to hit.
Nice.
Okay. That will hit.
For a whopping 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh.
They're at squeals. He's not very happy, but it is alive and a little bit bloody.
Blue.
Uh,
Like its own blood or just residual?
Yeah. Well, yes, and yes.
Okay.
Tail.
I guess if I have the torch in my hand, I'm gonna try and burn it.
Okay. What are the? How did?
Burn it real good.
Like just
What
like
are the
there's
stats on the torch?
no idea, but we can look this up.
I would.
My
That
my
is a-
laptop just crapped out, so I would look it up. But
Oh, a torch.
Arc 5e.
Let's
How much
take
damage
a
do torches used as improvised weapons do?
It's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Yeah, because that
learning
would
with
be
D&D.
an
Oh,
improvised
geez.
weapon for
Maybe
sure.
I shouldn't do this. Deals 1 fire damage.
Okay.
But that's
You
what I
deal one
entered into
fire-
the fight doing, and I wouldn't know that at the time. So
Okay.
I said it. I can't take it back.
You do 1 point of fire damage to the rat. It squeals. It's not very
And-
happy with you.
I'll draw my rapier. I can't attack with it, but it's out.
All right. From the wall, a rat scurries out and bites at your ankle there, Tail.
Ouch.
No, man, I'm supposed to eat you. Get this right.
This is
From
backwards.
the window to the wall.
Okay, 19.
To hit? I
Yeah.
thought that was damage for a second.
No.
19 damage.
Yeah, that hit.
Your eyes lit up pretty big there.
I was like, what? How sharp are these rats' teeth?
And you'll take 3 points of piercing damage.
That
Used
seems
hyper
more
fang.
likely.
Hyperfang. It's super
Very
effective.
effective.
Oh my god.
Me ouch.
And quickly, just roll me a con save.
A critical hit.
Oh.
You're gonna get rabies.
Ew.
No.
Ew.
The 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
And then another one squeaks out from the wall and bites at you because you were the one who produced the torch first.
Yes, that's fair.
18.
Yeah, hits.
And that'll be 5 points of piercing damage. And another con save, please.
Oh, this probably doesn't make it. It's a 6.
Okay, no, that does not make it. We will.
This reminds me
Discuss
of
that in a
bottomless
minute.
rat meat at my
Oh no, I
hometown
should have
tavern.
vaccinated myself, and now I'm gonna get rabies.
Oh.
Vaccinate
Okay.
the cats, kids.
Vaccinate your cats, yeah. Spay and neuter your cat.
This public.
Maybe not
order.
that. Tail does not support that.
Lily.
Seeing these rats go after poor Tail, he is going to. I'm just double checking and reading something here about the sunbolts that I can do. Da-da. Okay, so doesn't. So I'm just gonna ask, just kind of as a question. I can basically create these sunbolts, and if I spend a key point, I can do 2.
Okay.
It doesn't specify whether I can target the same creature, or if I can just target 2 different creatures.
No, I
don't-
think
I think in an
you
attack,
have.
base-
I think you have to target one target until it's dead, and if you kill it, then you can
yeah,
go to the
that's
next.
that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, unless it usually says, so I just wanted to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Then he will. Yeah, he's gonna basically go towards one of the rats that's biting at Lily, the one that did 5 damage.
A
Let's say.
tail, you mean?
Tail, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Infected. We're all infected now.
It's spreading.
And he just goes to basically try to grab this rat and chuck it against the wall.
Okay, so you're not going to attack it. You're trying to grapple it and
I
throw
am
it.
trying to grapple it and throw it.
Okay. Opposing strength check.
Hopefully that's not a 1.
No, it wasn't a 1 at least.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the rat got 13.
Cool. Take 10 off that, you have what I got.
So these rats are rather wriggly. So as you go to grip,
Apparently.
and I will actually give it
The rat
a
suplexes
bite
you.
on you. So it'll, as you try to grab it, it turns and nips at you. So you take 5
Okay.
points of damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
That would be my full turn too, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So Yath, you get an attack. Okay. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll take 5 points of piercing damage. And Tail, the one that you hit with the torch, that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Get 'em all out of the way,
And
it's
you'll
just
take-
rats.
You'll take 5 points damage again from that rat.
It's gonna be like the crawling claws in the catacombs all over again.
Right. Roland, your turn.
What's the general viewpoint of the battlefield? Like, have the rats just swarmed out of the room?
Yeah, so basically, Yath went in and attacked one of the rats in the middle of
Yep.
the room. Lily waved her torch at one of them, burnt it a little bit. 2 rats came out and are now biting at Tail's heels.
That wasn't
Mhm.
good.
And Lily
That wasn't
Lily
good.
came out, grabbed a rat,
Yeah.
and it bit Lily.
Okay.
Did I do it again?
Yes!
Yeah, you did.
We need to get a new sound effect specifically for that.
You know, I didn't have this problem in the previous 2 games.
I know, like that's
What is
why
going
I'm finding
on?
this so funny.
Daylight savings.
use-
That's what's.
Daylight saving.
This is so funny.
Bum 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 bum.
Well,
Wow.
I'm using the meme, bruh.
There's 4 rats out, I believe is what the point is.
There are 4 rats in the room.
Two that
Yeah.
were
Before and after, guys. It's another reason for the name.
Okay. I
No,
will go
right.
assist whoever's being attacked the most, so I'm going to say that's chasing tail.
Yep, that was tail.
Okay, so I will go and assist.
I did
Strike
try-
forth.
Yeah, I did try to grab one of the ones that was attacking tail.
Okay.
So maybe try you'd attack the other one that was that
Mhm.
Lily hasn't gotten bitten by.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Ooh, that's a nat 20, baby.
Oh.
Crit.
Oh, okay. So that is a whopping 15 points of damage.
Okay, so you like slice that rat in half, and you're just like, seriously, guys?
Really? They're rats. Like, come
I
on.
thought the fire would do more, but they're very thick furred, okay?
I was thinking that
Rats
you
are
guys
thick.
would wait for the tank to take the damage.
I mean,
I have chainmail on.
Wait, are we a video game?
I don't need no chainmail.
What is this video game?
Press plus. This is okay. All right, and Roland, a rat comes scurrying out and bites at your ankle.
How
Boom,
rude.
boom, boom, boom. For is it a 13?
Negatory.
That's
So,
cute.
chink.
I can
All
use
right,
my
let's
shield
go.
and deflect and bash it on the snout.
Come back around to Yath.
Yeah.
Okay,
Heave.
Yes.
Seeing Tail getting molested by these rats, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Tail
Oh.
Nice.
first and foremost.
As your bonus action, you're like.
Yeah, basically.
D6,
It's
right?
not the same song as the signal. Yeah, it's a D6. And since I'm College of Valor, you can use that on attack rolls as well, or damage rolls. Sorry.
Nice.
And then I am going to use the one that attacked me. I would like to use Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant whispers. Okay.
That's correct.
What do you whisper to this rat?
What does Yaff whisper?
I
Oh
don't
god.
believe you exist.
Oh no. I'm going to whisper. What would offend a rat?
What would Yaff think would offend a rat is a better question.
WWYD.
Anything.
Oh man, this is so difficult. It's easy being in Yat's head until he's got to be clever, and then he's just not.
Okay, then make Yaff stupid. That seems to be pretty easy.
Yeah.
And it's funny, so.
Yath is going to whisper. Oh no, this is so hard.
That's what he
was
whispers.
I'm on the spot for dad jokes.
That's a whisper right there. Oh no, this is hard.
I'm not talking about
This is too hard.
Let's see. What does a rat hate? Oh,
Crap.
you're the ugliest mouth I've ever seen.
You did not call that bitch a mouse.
Yeah, it
Shade, shade.
so it has to make
Okay,
a
so
wisdom
what-
saving throw of 14 or greater.
I think Yaff should read those stones because that rat just got red.
Okay, it does not succeed.
Okay.
I got a 3.
I need to open my maracas here.
Oh
Actually, I've
no.
got sixes over here. So it is going to take damage and then use its reaction to move as far away from me as it is able to, and it's going to
Okay.
take 15 damage.
And
Nice.
that's psychic damage.
That is
Yes.
correct.
It's a little
Its
rat
little
brain.
rat brain explodes out the top of its skull.
Okay. It need not
Just
run.
imagine like really bad like B-movie graphics where it's like all of a sudden the rat that was live is now like a really shitty like substitution and its
plastic.
like little brain like just fluffs out and like all this bad like blood and gore comes out.
However, even though the brain exploded out of its head, you see the limbs try to like run away, but it's just like
The
a death
last-
switch kind of.
The last vestige.
Ooh.
It's like a chicken with its head cut off.
Okay,
Last
tail.
So I'm going to turn to the one that I tried to burn, and then
Yeah.
it bit me. Bit my boot. Well, those were custom made, you jerk! And I'm going to stab it with my rapier.
Okay. My custom leather baby seal boots.
Whoa.
Ooh, an 18 plus whatever it is for me to hit.
Yeah, I love it.
1d8. It's a 9 damage to this rat for ruining my custom-made kitty boots.
Yeah.
Hurt.
you skewer it down with your rapier and just poke right through the rat's head into the floor, and it is dead. It squirms a little bit.
Noise.
That's what you get
Nice.
for ruining my outfit.
Okay. Right. The one that bit Lily's hand
Mhm.
will bite again. Do. And that's a 16.
Nope.
Okay, so it tries to bite you, but this time you like move your finger away. You're like, no.
No, you didn't.
Right. Now it is Lily's turn.
Lily will basically go to punch a rat.
Okay.
That's not true. He'll have his short sword out and try to attack this
Punch
rat.
a rat with something sharp in your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah,
it's
kind of punch.
still a monk attack.
Brass
Stabbing is
knuckles.
essentially just punching, right?
Yeah.
The sword is
It's
just an
it's
extension
like
of your
a lethal
hand.
punch, right?
Yeah.
All of my punches are stabby.
Dirty 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okay. After I resolve the damage, he is also going to do a flurry of blows. So that's 6
Ouch.
damage from my short sword.
Okay, it looks very bloody.
Okay. He'll then go with his other hand and try to bash this thing in the head with his fist
Okay,
for a 22.
that'll hit.
That one does 4 points of damage.
Okay, and when you come down with your fist, you literally like just turn it into paste.
Nice.
Yee.
Grody.
So, one more rat down.
Cool.
Roland.
All right, we got one left over. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. Well, mosey on over and try to splat
Well,
the rat.
it's biting at your heel, so
Well,
you just turn around and.
well, let's see if we get a connection. That is a 22,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and for 11 points of damage.
Yep, you just slice that rat in two as well.
We turn into sashimi.
That was
Yeah,
quick.
rats.
You just fucking comboed these things.
Combo breaker.
After they did a whole bunch of damage to you, it's just like dead. All
How
right.
was everyone faring?
I'm about like half.
I'm feeling about half as good as I normally do.
Yeah. Like,
Lily's got a
how
little
much of me
bite.
was under that cage before? That much of me is feeling really dead right now.
Well, Roland goes to sheath his weapon back at his hip side, and he approaches Chase's tail and just puts his hand on Chase's tail's shoulder, and you will feel a warmth resonate through your body.
He's purring.
You receive back 10 hit points.
Nice. Thank you.
You also feel as though anything that would be in a actually, yeah, you also feel as if anything was coursing through your veins or an illness, you suddenly feel a lot better now.
I
Oh,
think
perfect.
that rat might have given me rabies, but I think it's gone now.
It wasn't
Seems
cat
fair.
AIDS?
Okay. Cat AIDS.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on the bodies.
Okay.
Push the dead rats away from them.
Yeah. So the bodies just look like they might have been just travelers, but each of them has has a symbol carved into their foreheads, so forcibly that it actually even marked the bone. It is
The symbol
these
again.
people?
that symbol in their foreheads on the corpses.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's the
I
one.
think I'm just gonna say, like, Tail has looked relatively very happy-go-lucky for most of the time you've seen her, other than in the corpse cave. But when she sees that, you see her like she is scowling for a moment.
Do you
Well-
recognize that
Will
symbol?
you hiss at it?
No, I don't hiss, but she's definitely bothered by it.
Seems
Well,
like that goes much further than what we originally thinking of.
I don't think we're gonna be able to help these people, but if we can on the way out, it would be nice to give them a proper burial somewhere, so they aren't just rotting away in this cave.
Perhaps, if we
But for
can.
now, we should probably keep going.
Do you know the signal? Do you know that sigil?
I've seen it before. I mean, and it's also the one that was on the gargoyle mask person that we were
Yes.
told about.
Right.
So perhaps these are more the quote-unquote unworthy of the believers that they've shunted down here to be fed upon by the rats.
if the Mask Fiend is in tune with the Believers, unless the Believers are a completely separate factional.
Possibly.
Mask
That's
Man
still
is entirely.
Yeah, I
still
wouldn't-
reeks.
Considering like my previous experience with the people, like at the monastery, I don't know anything about the Believers, right? Yeah, they
Oh.
were named something completely different.
Mm.
I don't think that the Believers are the ones that carved this, as far as I know.
Regardless, we need to keep pressing forward, I would think.
Yeah, before we end up rat food as well.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I
And
can't
she
recall
smiles and
whether-
she heads over to the door.
Yeah, there were doors in this room.
Yeah, it wasn't a door, but it's a passageway
Passageway.
leading west.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Getting farther and farther away from Mr. Whittle.
Opposite end of Mr. Whittle, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you follow that, and then eventually it turns southward, so to your left. Do you continue to follow it?
I'd say
Might
so.
as well.
Okay. Yeah, you follow it down, and it ends at a smooth sort of wall, but there is light seen in like a seam.
Okay.
Are you the stones that get red?
No response.
I wonder if that's a exit to the outside, possibly a very well lit room.
I really wish one of us had like detect magic or something like that, or like like identify. A cleric or a wizard would be really helpful.
Well, can't exactly class change on the fly, but
Yeah.
Nope.
Plot twist: Tail's been a wizard this whole time, guys.
All right. Well, do we proceed? Or do we go back
Lies.
and deal with Mr. Whittle?
well, we can see what he
Also,
might have to
can-
offer.
Us opening the stone door will be obvious, and if there is a large on the other side,
I'm gonna kind of like put
Nice.
my hand near it, see if I feel a draft or anything.
Yeah, you can feel some air moving, but it just feels like the same kind of cave area you've been in, like the same temperature, humidity, everything. So
okay.
Yeah, so nothing like different about the door. It's not like an illusion
Can
correct.
we hear anything?
from like the air.
Put our ear up. against it?
Roll me a perception check.
17.
Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Well, I don't hear anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's anything there.
Wow. At least we know where it is.
All
You
right.
touch it,
I poke it.
it slightly, very easily moves open a little bit.
Well, I did that really lightly, so that. Maybe I'm super strong. Or
Maybe
it
just
just
stop touching
opens easily.
stuff.
I'm not gonna push it farther than that. I just wanted to check.
It's enough to peek if you want.
What do your kitty eyes see?
Yeah, what
You
do my kitty
see-
eyes see?
You see a hallway that looks very familiar.
Oh. Is Mr. Whittle there?
Nope.
Other end.
I know. So I see a hallway that looks familiar in what way?
Like you've been through it recently.
Oh,
Guys, I think we've gone in circles.
why do you say that?
Poke.
Yeah, you push it the rest of the way open. It opens into that hallway that you went down previous to before you got cages dropped on you. Across the
Ah.
way, you see the stone relief of a dwarf in chainmail carrying a battle axe.
Oh, okay. So back to the central chamber.
Yeah, so basically those two reliefs that you saw facing each other earlier
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
that looked like they could be doors, you've basically come up behind one of them. So you're basically you've come all the way back to start.
Secret passage.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Well, no.
And I walk through it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So you're standing there.
Hey, I know these guys.
I think we
Yeah,
all
yeah.
do.
Well, at least we know which way we can go now, just to really rather quickly get to the whittling man. And
Yes.
try to do our best to avoid setting the traps of those cages.
Mhm.
Now, with the cages, you think that someone would have had to have activated them. There wasn't actually any trap triggers in that hall.
Hmm.
Okay. I wonder if
Especially
this-
seeing how the boy cranked it back. It looked like it was just a simple lever that if you push it the other way, the cages would go down.
Oh, okay.
perhaps the Whittler man dropped those on us.
But you mentioned that he
Dang,
was.
Whittleman.
What if we go
Busy
behind
as
this other
task.
statue?
Well, I mean, we had to deal with
Yeah, what
moving the
happens if we
cages
poke the other one?
by
You'd
the
have to
time-
pull on it. you'd
What if I
think.
dig my claws in and pull?
Use your Hulk strength.
Yeah, so it's another tunnel, and it goes down quite a ways before bending off westward.
Are we gonna try and sneak behind the whittling man if this is that? If we're gonna assume this is a mirror?
The whittling man is eastward.
Mhm.
Eastward. Oh, so I thought we came from west, and then the other door was on the.
Oh, you
east,
went
sorry.
back? Sorry, I thought you guys were still. Yeah, they were still talking about the stone fit reliefs. So
Ah, okay.
Well, we were talking about the cages and how they could have been gone down. But yeah, we did come out, and we're going to the other
okay,
relief, which is
So
with
yeah,
the
you
tail,
make it-
tail pulled out.
walk all the underneath all the cages. You go to that room where you rescued the boy. You go to the dwarven statue room, and you come to the door where the whittling man was sitting at the end of the hall.
Okay. Well then, perhaps we should proceed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Open up this new can of worms.
All right. Lily will go first. Try to
Okay.
make his way down as stealthy as he can. Seeing what he can see as the room further opens up.
So it's not it's a passage 10 feet wide and 10 feet high,
Yep.
hewn out of rock, and 40 feet ahead of you, a small lantern on a hook in the wall next to it, the door. Sitting on the stool is the man with the lantern.
Mhm.
So as you go in there, he falls off his stool. Oh no! You must be the reason Grund was running in like helter-skelter. Oh,
Who?
Grund, the man who watches the door.
Ah. Yeah, we're adventurers. We're investigating here. We're on a...
Please just leave. You don't want to provoke the wrath of the Delvers.
The Delvers?
Who?
Who are the Delvers?
When we first discovered this place, some miners were trapped. They're the Delvers. We honor their sacrifice for finding the sacred moving stones.
I see.
From time to time, the great stones change position. When no one is watching, that's how they talk to us. They show us the signs of coming danger, warn us when we make bad choices. Please, leave me alone.
Tail like peeks in. Is one of those stones like a little black one, or
No, that's
Or they
just a
float-
floating stone.
just a floating stone?
Yeah, you put anything in there, it floats.
Fair
Tail
enough.
is purring again.
Except people, perhaps.
Are you talking about miners like the workers or miners like the children?
Like the
Workers.
workers?
Oh, okay.
I mean, in his defense, we did find a kid down here, so
Comment is hard.
It has
Rothar's
its...
boy. He was
Why?
getting punished.
yeah,
Still
he's
is.
just under the rocks.
Punished for what?
Failing to deliver the word.
The word.
The word of the stones.
I see.
I thought it was gonna be bird.
Well, how did
No,
he
the bird
fail
is
in
the
this?
word.
Why?
He did not deliver it.
Do you know why?
No. I'm not his father.
What is your name? Hi, my name's Tail. Nice to meet you.
Oh god.
Just pick a
Bar
different name.
Augustus.
Bar Augustus.
Bar Augustus.
Did he drop his stick when we spooked him?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he
think
dropped
he
what
did.
he was whittling.
I want to pick it up.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
Bar
it just looked like he was whittling like a little dog.
So
Well,
you're
I'll put it on
guarding
the
this
washboard
door?
just to see if it makes a cool sound.
Yeah, it adds an extra little acoustical factor.
Okay.
So you're guarding this door, Bar Augustus?
this is the chamber of the moving stones is behind here. So yeah.
I see.
I don't
So-
see, so I'm gonna go in and look.
By all
You
means.
push
Jack.
past Lily, push the door open.
Yep.
Lily doesn't really
Okay.
stop him though.
Oh,
If the
what
other
does-
one
You
was
know,
what
like
does
when
the
you go in the mines
stone,
and you let
I
the,
have
you know,
to
the
be with my
canary
food.
to tell you when danger's coming.
So, an enormous chamber with a 20-foot high ceiling has been carved out of rock here. Lighted lantern rests on the floor near the center of the room. An odd array of stone monoliths, some upright, standing stones, and others arranged in 3 stone arches. Think like Stonehenge underground.
Mm-hmm.
Stand around the chamber. 6 low stone slabs are set against the walls around the perimeter of the room. Each holds a humanoid bones dressed in scraps of tattered cloth and rusted iron. Something else you notice about the stones is they are hovering slightly off the ground.
That's not bad.
As you enter the room, a man in black robes, bearing the sigil that you know
I saw
well.
this.
Oh, I bent the pages. But anyway.
Yeah, the icon that has been beforehand mentioned.
He also has it does not have a gargoyle mask, but he's wearing the robes.
Mm.
He says, "Well, it's time for you to die." And 6 other cultists wearing the same robes come out from behind stones, and that's where we'll leave it for today.
Heathens!
Wah, wah, wah.
Cliffhanger.
Just Yaf.
Oh,
No one else is dying. Yaf he's the only one that walked in there, so.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
This should be interesting.
this should be very interesting. So, is there anything you guys want to discuss before we sign off for the night?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I was just pretty good.
All right.
Good
I
session.
just want to say that it's really hard to be dumb. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I'm sure it comes naturally to some people, but not to me.
Oh,
When you actually have to think about it, it's not.
it's tough.
Not
Your brain has to work on a whole new level.
Yeah.
Yeah, those airhead thoughts. They
It's not
sometimes.
that it has to work on a new level. I have to turn off what it does to me normally.
You just have to like word vomit first things in your brain.
Yeah, just don't think about it. Just let it come. Let it flow.
Yeah,
Don't think, do.
non-thinky thoughts.
Yep.
Well,
those hard
thank you
non-
everybody for tuning in, and
Yes.
just stay tuned to, I guess, all the Twitters and whatnot that you been watching for find out what our next episode is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not entirely sure, so I'm sure we'll tweet it out.
Yeah,
Tweet,
well-
Facebook.
Tweet it and Facebook it,
Um,
and I think we are gonna start our own Twitter here for getting information out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah,
For
stay
now,
tuned for that.
it's down below, but until we get the other one, you can just check that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Bye.
thank you everybody, and see you next time.
Good night.
y'all.
Farewell.
Bye.